What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with FreeLanda, and of course we're coming off our 7th place in the Tour de France, and it was a very disappointing tour for Mikel, it must be said. We came in with such high expectations after of course winning the Dauphiné, destroying Fuglsang, and then we destroyed the likes of Quintana and Iran at the Route d'Occitanie, but we just didn't live up to expectations in the Tour. And of course, it was the Frenchman Thibaut Pinot winning his first yellow jersey. He finished ahead of the Brit Geraint Thomas, who was very unlucky, it must be said. Dumoulin was third as well, and you can see we were just over 6 minutes down. So looking at our calendar, we did have a busy period in the build-up to the Tour, which was probably the reason we struggled in the Tour. We probably peaked far too early, but you can see we have a quiet end to the season now. We start with the Clasica San Sebastian, then moving on to August and September, hardly any races, only going to Canada for the 2 hilly races there. Then we finish in Italy, trying to win Il Lombardia in our final race of the season. And I do want to talk about next season very briefly guys. I am planning on going to the Giro and then hopefully the Vuelta after that as well. So we will get 2 chances at a Grand Tour next season. We will skip next season's Tour de France. The main reason I wanted to do the Tour this season is because I think that's what Mikel was planning on targeting in real life. We gave it a go, we weren't quite up to scratch. Let's give the Giro and the Vuelta a go next season. And so kicking off today's episode, we do have the Clasica San Sebastian. Over 220 kilometers to cover, very long race, a very punchy race as well. We actually do start the day as the favourite on paper, alongside the likes of Valverde, Lutsenko, Izagirre, Jack Haig. And looking at our team, we do have a strong team for the race. The likes of Pouls and Bilbao are both on the favourites list as well. Helping out the few leaders in the team, we have Padun, Domen Novak, Rafael Vals and Ivan Garcia Cortina. Here we go then guys, and you can see we are on a 0 race day condition, much better than I expected to be fair coming off the Tour. You can see Bilbao and Pouls also in good condition today. So you can see we're cruising up the first climb of the day. We do have 6 riders in today's breakaway. Ryabashenko, Cepeda, Ballerini, Marcinski, Garrison and Postelberger. I'd probably say Postelberger and maybe Davide Ballerini the most dangerous in the breakaway today. Still 75k to go in the race then guys, but look at this next climb coming up. Absolutely crazy steep. Let's put Padun up to like 92. We'll happily pace with him. We'll also pace with Bilbao as he is towards the front. There we go. We'll put Bilbao up to 88 for now. Let's see how many riders can stay with us after this climb. So currently 12%, 11%, back to 12%. That Padun is leading the peloton up here. You can see the gap to the breakaway being destroyed right here. Padun is now done. We can go with Bilbao, I think. Padun can try and stay here if he can. Let's stay on 88, I think, with Bilbao to the top of this climb. So we're not even at the top of the climb. The steepest section is now done, but you can see 36 riders in the peloton. Only 3 from our team. Bilbao has done an exceptional job on this climb. He's pretty much done now though. You can see 34, 2 more riders going out the back here. So we still do have 5 riders left up the roads in the breakaway. They have just about a minute though on the chasing peloton. I think this group behind of 26 riders will come back on. We don't mind that though because we have 2 riders in that group. So just coming into the penultimate climb of the day, I think we'll put Bilbao up to 85. I am surprised at some of the riders that have been dropped here. We've got Chavez, Kuss, Simon Clark. Simon Clark, probably one of the strongest contenders for this race, I would say, on parkours that really suits him. Let's try and fly up this climb with Bilbao. Look at the percentages. We are currently on 18% briefly right there. So I'm kind of debating whether I attack on this climb when Bilbao is done. Let's try and go on 92 as it goes up towards 10% again. You can see the breakaway are now done here. Oh my word, look how steep this is. This is absolutely crazy. If I try a little attack, I wonder who will follow. Let's try something here with Mikel Landa. Maybe attack away, pace on 85. Maybe we can go down to 80 now. You can see we are just getting rid of the peloton. Maybe not. You have 32 riders still in this group. Maybe we try a counter attack right here with FreeLanda. And there you go, 3 riders off the front. Mühlberger and Wellens join us up the road at the moment. So we're currently sat with Tim Wellens. You can see Gregor Mühlberger was slightly stronger than us on that climb right there. We have about 20 seconds to the group behinds. They will come back on, I think, but we will happily pace here with Tim Wellens and try and keep them behind if we can. So we were caught with that little attack. You can see now 26 riders in the front group. Luckily, we have Pools who will pace for us. Let's put him on 75. Not too fast here because we do want to recover slightly before the final climb. 26 riders look like they will compete for this one. Oh my word, guys, a big move that I hardly noticed and didn't see coming. Alexei Lutsenko attacks with 20k to go, and you can see that puts the peloton in absolute panic right here. Grosjean doing everything he can to bring the Kazakhstan man in, and the pace really upped in this group. I think we will bring him in, but you can see we're now struggling for energy with Landa. Let's just try and rest in this group and hope the other teams can bring Lutsenko in, although it looks unlikely at this point. So Grosjean is doing everything he can, but Lutsenko's lead has built to over 40 seconds now. I'm trying to conserve some energy here into the final kind of 15 kilometers on this flat section. Then we have that massive climb coming up. So just 12k to go of a very exciting Clasica San Sebastian. You can see, is that an attack from Zeitz? I don't think so. I think he is just pacing. But Pools needs to come up now. Maybe we'll put Pools on like 80. We can follow him with Landa if we can. Lutsenko, does he have enough? It doesn't look like he will. We will use Landa's energy gel. Pools up to 95. We don't want these guys going. It's the same guys attacking again. Let's try and jump onto Tim Wellens' wheel with FreeLanda. I'm not sure if we've burnt too much too early though. We will follow these guys, but we're running out of red very, very quickly with a bit of this climb still to go. Oh my word, the pace does slow. We have 5 riders in the front group here. So 8k to go in this Clasica San Sebastian. Is that an attack by Gegenhardt? Maybe we can try something right here over up to 99. Just 9 riders left at the front of the race. We're now done though. We can't pace any longer. Let's just try and sit up. Looks like this will be maybe be a sprint unless we can attack on this downhill section. Don't think anyone else will come back in. I'm not sure how to play this here. Valverde is still here. 11 riders now in this group. We need to try and conserve some energy on this downhill section. I'm not sure who the best sprinter is in this group. We'll let Pools come back in if we can. But you can see 3k to go. I'm not sure whether to try a little attack. I don't think that's the right move. Oh my word, is that an attack by Mühlberger? It wasn't. We did defend it. Pools is now in this group. Let's pause it. Let's just put Pools pacing up to 95. There you go. Pools up to 99. Try and lead us in. Pools, he can maybe sprint with 1.5k to go. We'll go with FreeLanda. I don't think we have a chance at the victory today. Up the road, it will be Wellens, will it? Versus Gegenhardt. Tim Wellens wins the Clasica San Sebastian. So it's just 6th place for Landa today, but Tim Wellens with a very good win, it must be said, beating Martinez and Gegenhardt in the sprints. We probably could have played it a bit more tactically, probably attacked way too early, but that was enjoyable. As you can see, really whittled the field down. Just 16 riders in the fronts at the end. So as you can see, that rounds out a really long, tough block of racing for FreeLanda. Next up, we have a few weeks off training. Then we will build up to the 2 Canadian races. We will have the Vuelta starting as well, and probably it would have finished by the time I come back for the Canadian races. And as we haven't checked for a while, let's take a look at the new rider standings. Pinot, of course, going to the top after winning the Tour. We're in 2nd place as well. We have had a good season, to be fair. And in the team standings, we are 9th with Bahrain McLaren. And as things stand at the moment, it looks like NTT will be going down to Conti Pro, with Alpecin Phoenix coming up to World Tour. Something else I forgot to mention, guys, of course, the transfer market is just opening. And if we take a look at the team and who is currently out of contracts, quite a lot of riders are out of contract, as you can see. So definitely the potential for a lot of movement within the team. So as we're progressing through, we do have a level up here. And sadly, I think we do just get a skill point. At the next level though, we will get a level up. We'll definitely go for the attributes, try and build up some of those attributes even further in Landa's early 30s. Let's take a look at the skills. I think we'll probably just go for maybe passion. No need to go for any of the overpowered skills, I don't think. So the Vuelta is done, and you can see Enric Mas wins the first Grand Tour of his career. Really surprising, he definitely doesn't have the attributes for that, beating Simon Yates by just 6 seconds. Valverde third, I don't know what Gorka Izagirre is doing in fourth. The simulation doing some very weird results here. If we go to stage 20, you can see Mas did win it on this stage, jumping ahead of Simon Yates. So we have arrived in Canada for the Grand Prix de Quebec, over 200 kilometers, and you can see hilly parkours today, but I would suggest more for a punchy sprinter to be honest, so maybe doesn't suit Landa too well. Saying that though, the favourites are Mollema, Formulo and De Plus. And taking a quick look at the squad, we are the main team leader, but helping us out we do have Ivan Garcia Cortina. To be fair, if he's in good form, it probably suits him more this race. We also have Pouls, Pernsteiner, Doman Novak, Rafael Vowles and Santi Buitrago. Kicking things off in Canada, you can see we are on a +1 day, Garcia Cortina on a -2, so to be fair, I think we're probably the main team leader. So you can see just a small breakaway up the road today. We've got Louis Vervaeke, Hugo Hall and Big John Degenkolb. So 40k to go in the race. The breakaways still have 2 minutes on the peloton. You can see still 86 riders in the peloton as well, and just 3 more ascents before that final ascent to the finish. So to be fair, the breakaway have done pretty well today. So we're flying up this climb. You can see 26k to go. We can just take position in this group, I think. And just Buitrago left to help us now. You can see Sepp Kuss now coming to the front, but he looks very, very tired. Just 34 riders in the peloton, and the breaks still have a minute, and we have just 2 more ascents of this climb. So some surprising riders have already gone out the back. You can see the likes of Jack Haig, of Venepool has gone out the back, Rudy Millard as well, Port, Kruijswijk, they've all gone out the back already. And it is Vincenzo Nibali sat on the front working for his teammate Bauke Mollema. I'm going to come to the front with Buitrago now. We'll put Landa in his wheel. Let's try and come to the front of this peloton. We really want to up the tempo at least on this next climb. Here we go then, 15k to go in the race. Young Santi Buitrago comes to the front of the peloton. He can go on maybe 92 to be fair. Tobias Foss as well, setting a very, very fast pace. The young Norwegian. The 3 riders in the breakaway still hold a lead though. This is crazy. To be fair, because we still have Buitrago, I do want to probably stay with him at the moment. Otherwise, I would think about attacking up to that breakaway. Let's try and drop as many riders as possible on this climb. It seems most of this group able to stay here for now though. The breakaway still hold a 25-second lead. 8k to go in the Grand Prix de Quebec. Buitrago is sat on the front of the peloton. Finally, someone else comes to the front in the form of Tobias Foss for Jumbo-Visma. Of course, for his leader, Laurens de Plus. The breakaway still up the road. I can't believe they have survived this long. Let's up the pace to 85 with Buitrago. Nylon's doing a great job on the front at the moment. Buitrago can maybe go up to 88. We'll use our energy gel, I think, with 4k to go with Mikel Landa. Buitrago up to 99 on this section of climbing. Vervaeke is the strongest man from the breakaway. Maybe up to 90 now with Buitrago. Bennett is coming to the front, but we still have Vervaeke up the road. Does he have the strength to challenge for the win here? Buitrago is now done. We can go up to 92 with Landa. Maybe that's too early. Any of the favourites, are they here? There's Laurens de Plus. Let's follow Laurens de Plus from Jumbo-Visma. I will try and come past him though into the final kilometre. Up to 99 with Mikel Landa. Let's try and sprint for it. I don't think we're able to take it today. Laurens de Plus dies early though, and it is Dan Martin just taking the win. In a very close finish, de Plus was second. We finish in 4th place. So it was just 6 riders finishing in the front group at the end. Dan Martin though was the man to outsprint everyone else. We were coming quite late, I think, alongside Formulo. Maybe left it slightly too late. Maybe could have attacked earlier as well, because obviously we're not the strongest sprinter, but definitely a decent performance today. And this man, Santi Petrago, really announced himself as a very strong rider in this one. He was by far our strongest teammate and did really well to help bring the breakaway in. So I definitely enjoyed that previous Canadian race today. Another very hilly one in the form of the Grand Prix Cyclist de Montreal. To be fair, we do have a steeper climb in this race, but we do have a downhill finish as well, which definitely doesn't suit us as much. So I think rightfully so, Ivan Garcia Cortina is the favourite for this one, ahead of Simon Clark and Davide Formolo. So getting underway in Montreal, and you can see team leader Ivan Garcia Cortina on a -3 day, and he is the outright leader. We're just his teammates, but to be fair, I'm just going to conserve energy. Can't be working for someone on a -3. So we have had an absolutely rapid start to the race here. You can see a few guys from our team are already pretty much dead, and that's because we do have a pretty strong breakaway up the road. Hager, Gesper, Roskopf, Gino Mada as well. That has finally come to an end here. So the fast pace isn't done yet. You can see our team really struggling still, and that's because a very strong group up the road with Richie Port, Ellie Gesper and Chad Hager. So we still have an absolutely blistering pace in this race, just 67 riders left in the peloton, and you can see the strength of some of the riders that have gone out the back. I saw Froome and Bernal have been dropped briefly. You can see a few guys trying to join that breakaway who have just 30 seconds now. And to be fair, we could think about a little attack, you know. Definitely no chance for me to attack on that climb, but I'm absolutely loving this race at the moment due to how fast the pace has been. Under 50 riders in the peloton with still 65k to go. So Richie Port's day in the break is done with 60k to go, but luckily the pace in the peloton still very high and I am absolutely loving it. So 25k to go in this one, 41 riders in the peloton, and we have just 2 more climbs to go. You can see our two teammates are pretty much done. I am considering an attack on this climb, but because the climb is so steep, I do think we could perhaps wait for the final climb. If the pace dies, we will try something. If not, let's just sit in for now. So we're over the climb, guys. We didn't try anything, and you can see 26 riders in the peloton, both Garcia Cortina and our other teammate Pernsteiner out the back. Bardet has gone out the back, some other very strong riders as well. Let's now wait for that final climb to attack. So you know what, guys, I do think we have a genuine chance at winning this race with Landa. To be fair, the parkours on paper, I didn't think they really suited us, but we're looking in good condition, and you can see the race has gone absolutely how we would have wanted it. Let's come to the front now for this final climb. Herman's still on the front. I do want to try something on this climb. Maybe we try it right now, past the back markers. Mikel Landa on the attack. We're going to lap our teammate, and we have the sole lead of the race at the moment. Let's just pace on 90 because we do have some way to go. Higuita trying to bring us in, but you can see we hold him off. The peloton have a decent gap behind us, and there are some counter attacks now. Let's try and pace on 85 for a bit with Landa. Oh, do we have enough to go 85 to the line? We have 30 seconds back to the peloton. The chase does seem organised at the moment, and to be fair, I think we have to try and hold on solo at this point. So this is the final little kink, as you can see. Then it's pretty much downhill to the line. Let's go up to 90. Now let's come down to 80 with Landa. You can see we have a 50-second lead on the peloton. I think we have this, you know. I think we can think about our celebration pretty shortly. Let's just stick on 80, not get too ahead of ourselves. Still 5k to go, but I don't think that group behind are going to have enough to bring us in here. A brutal attack by Landa. We look back to our best today into the final few kilometres. So 2k to go for Mikel Landa, regaining his best form. We needed this win. I am so happy today to get this win. We're going to cruise across the line completely solo. This is a very, very nice win. We definitely needed it. 500 meters to go. Mikel Landa can start celebrating into the final few kilometers. Look at this. It's massive celebrations for Mikel Landa. He takes the win in Montreal. Let's see who gets second place behind. You can see, I think that is Dan Martin, is it? Dan Martin on great form ahead of Cosnefroid. It's a great day for Mikel Landa. We take the solo victory in Canada. A beautiful attack on that final climb. No one could stay with us. They wanted to bring it in for some kind of reduced sprint. We weren't having it though. A beautiful win today. And that has definitely helped regain my confidence in Landa. You can see our final kind of 10 days of the tour. Very disappointing. Only 2 top 10s, one of them on Champs-Élysées. And that is exactly what we needed today. So that'll round out today's shortish episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely good to get a win back on the boards with Mikel. In the next episode, we will start with the World Road Race, and it is in Spain. I think it's the 2014 parcours, which I think Timmsoski won. We'll have a fairly good chance, especially if that Montreal race is anything to go by. So yeah, we'll kick off the next episode with our chance to go into the Rainbow Bands. Then of course we have a few Italian races in the build up to Il Lombardia. And so if you enjoyed this one today, guys, do drop a like. That really helps the channel out. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.